Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to install some grab bars onto the shower wall like you see right here. This is how everything was before, and this is how everything turned out afterwards. Please stay tuned and continue watching until the end so you won't miss out on any details. I really wanted to record this video because many people are very intimidated with doing this kind of work, but hopefully after watching this you're gonna see that pretty much anybody can do this. This is the Glacier Bay grab bar concealed mounting, and it's a studless installation. That's the best part about this whole process, is that you don't need to worry about finding the studs or anything like that. These are the mounting anchors that we're going to be using. They're pretty typical. You can find them at your local box store. It has two different sizes, the one on the right and the one on the left. The first thing that you're going to want to do is find the location where you want to place your grab bars. In our case, we're going to be installing two today. The first one is going to be vertical, kind of in this position where we're placing it right now. We're also going to be installing a second one just to the left of this one. That one is going to be horizontal. So the idea is that when our customer comes in here, he's going to be able to grab on to this vertical one for stability, and then the one on the left that will go horizontal, that will help just to kind of have some more stability when they take a shower, so they have that extra security there to grab onto the bar. So the first thing that we're doing is making some marks. You can see that on each end where we're going to be attaching it to the shower tile or the wall, it has quite a bit of holes. That's the nice thing about it. You can kind of select which holes you want to put them in. In our case, we're going to put one at the very top and at the very bottom, and we're going to be putting two or one on either side, so a total of 3 per grab bar. Then after you make the marks, you can go ahead and drill. That packet that I showed you in the beginning with the anchors, it comes with 2 different drill bits. We're actually using the smaller one first. This one helps to make the pilot hole. So you basically just drill all the way through until you get on the other side. Then afterwards, we're gonna drill it a second time with a larger drill bit, and that will help us so that the plastic anchors will be able to go into the hole, and then we can secure everything with the screw, which I'll show you that here in a little bit. So right now we're just taking our time, just using a regular DeWalt, and actually this one, it's a DeWalt drill that is cordless, but it has the function of kind of like a drill with a hammer. And with this drill, it was like, it helped us out a lot. And so basically right here we made quite a bit of mess there with the hole, with the making the marks, but we circled which hole was the correct one. So once we have all those in there, this is the thicker drill bit. We made a mark right there so we can know the thickness of how how long the screws are. And so we're just drilling it all the way up until we get to the mark, and then we just kind of make the hole a little bit bigger so we can put the blue plastic anchors inside. Now you'll see this step is very important to make the holes a little bit bigger, because once we started to put in those blue anchor plastic, that when we started to push them in, some of them kind of broke or they twisted and it just didn't go in properly, so we had to take them back out and put a new one and make the hole a little bit bigger. So once you put them in there, you just want to pound them in with a rubber mallet carefully. This is an example right here. This one kind of got smushed, so unfortunately we had to break it off, re-drill that hole to remove all the plastic and everything and make the hole a little bit bigger, so then we can go ahead and pound a new plastic anchor inside so it's nice and secure. You definitely want to be really careful with doing this properly, because if you don't secure this plastic anchor nice and snug, it's not gonna really secure the screw in there, and you're gonna have kind of like a loose fit. So that's why we're just making sure, taking our time. And I mean, we had this issue with quite a bit of these plastic thingies, so we had to basically like re-drill several of the holes a few times until we had it perfect. So once you have it all ready, we're just checking the level and making sure it's nice and straight and plumb. Once we're satisfied with the position of the grab bar, we're starting to put in those screws into the plastic anchors. Now, we don't want to screw it all the way in at first, because we want to make sure that the grab bar is still flexible enough to adjust it, making sure that each of the holes are in a good position. You don't want to put in this grab bar like so that it's being strained as you're tightening it, because if you put it in super tight or if it's strained, you can potentially crack the tile. But once we installed all this first one, then at the very end it has a little plastic cover, and you just basically pound that into place, and that's how it conceals all of the plaque and the screws, and it gives you a beautiful finish. So you can basically just use this grab bar. And once we installed all this, we definitely tested it out. We kind of pulled on the bar and kind of yanked at it a little bit, and it is super strong. And so we were very impressed with this setup. And if you looked at the box at the very beginning, it said that this is rated for up to 500 pounds. So these things are super tough. And with these 3 screws and this anchoring to the wall, it was more than enough, you know, for the support and the strength. And so right here, we're doing the same thing for the horizontal one. On this one, we're gonna do 2 at the top, and then we're gonna do 1 at the bottom. So we changed the drill bit, putting in the smaller one so we can get the holes drilled through. Then afterwards, we're gonna change the drill bit to the thicker one so we can make them big enough for those plastic wedges. And afterwards, we're gonna dry fit and put in the grab bar in place. Now with this horizontal one, we had to like re-drill a few holes, because once we put in the grab bar into these holes, it was kind of being strained and it was really tight. So we had to drill like a couple more holes, so that way it is like just like a nice fit, you know, it's not being forced or anything. So once we're happy with the results, we're just basically putting in those plastic anchors again. And like I said, in this case, we were kind of struggling because they were just kind of breaking off. And that's even, you know, we were being very careful with like, you know, pushing them in there. But ultimately, all of this work, it's a very good, easy job to do. I would say all in all, it took us not even like 2 hours to complete all of this from start to finish. And we were able to secure it to the existing shower tile surround without, you know, breaking anything. And everything was nice and clean and super professional. This is the second one right there. You can tell it has all those holes, so we just gotta align them up and put in the screw into place. Once you kind of put it in about halfway, or you know, 3/4 of the way in, you can go ahead and rest it on that, and then you can work on the other one. So ultimately, you know, one person can do all this job by themselves. And once you have the other one, then you can easily just start working on the other screws. One thing that we noticed is that like on the bottom one, or like this one right here, you know, the drill kind of like rubs up against the bar, so we had to get a little longer drill, like a drill bit, so we can access that area a little bit easier, and so it doesn't like bang up or scrape the grab bar as much. And that's pretty much it. So we just put on the covers on each one, and now we have successfully installed 2 grab bars, a vertical and a horizontal. And honestly, these results, we were so happy, and everything turned out great. We hope you liked this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss out on any videos that we'll be uploading every single week. In the description below, I'm going to be leaving several links with different tools and materials that we recommend for doing this kind of a project. And so definitely check out those links below. Other than that, we really appreciate your support and watching this video up until the end. May God bless you, and I'll see you on the next project.